And we are live. This is UFC 208 Holm versus Randamie Bro Picks. This is Ricky.
What's up, guys? It's Justin. We had a pretty good card last time. We cashed some good bets. I mean, it was exciting, man. Freaking the Return to Korean Zombie. I mean, not a lot of people saw that coming, including us. Actually, you picked him, but I picked Bermudez. Yeah, man, starting on our bets. I mean, we both cashed, we bet 5 units on James Vick and Andrade. We both won 7.20 units. I mean, that was a great fight. I mean, Vick fought, like a badass dude. That was a very good fight. Go ahead.
He impressed me. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than that, but that fight was not close at all. It was so one-sided, man. James Vick, he's definitely worth your money.
Dude, he's a top 15 dude.
Andrade was a close fight, right? Wasn't that a fucking fight of the night or something like that?
Yeah, it's fight of the night. I mean, Angela Hill is definitely tough, dude. I mean, she has a chin on her for sure.
Expecting that, man. I was expecting to finish, but
I know, man.
It's a girl fight. What do you expect, right?
True. That was your only bet, right?
Yeah, it was just that parlay, 5 units with Vick and Andrade, which would hit. So it was a good night.
Yeah, man. I went.
You had a good night.
I went 4-1. I won that. I won James in the distance. I won Vick and Abel over 0.5 rounds. It was a pretty easy bet. And then I also won the main event in the distance. And that was actually that cash in a minute? So that's pretty cool. But anyways, man, we'll just dive in this card. I mean, it's a very good card. We both have bets, and I'm looking forward to this card. So let's get off with the first fight. We got, in the featherweight division, we got Rick Glenn versus Felipe Nover. Glenn is going to be 18-4, and we got Nover's 11-7. It's a pretty decent fight. Rick Glenn is a pretty big featherweight. He made his debut against Evan Dunham on short notice, and Evan Dunham's a top 15 lightweight. I think he's ranked 14th right now, and he gave him a tough fight, dude. It was fight of the night. He fought out of a very hard guillotine that Dunham had on him in the first round, and I mean, he showed a lot of heart, dude, but he gassed out. He did, show some good boxing, but I mean, Evan Dunham just pieced him up and won a decision. But it was fight of the night. I mean, it's a good performance. He's tough, man, but he was a lightweight too, so obviously going back to his natural division, I think he's going to have advantage in this fight. I'm not a big fan of Nover. I don't think he's that good. I mean, I think he's like 0-2 in his last 2 fights. He hasn't really beaten anyone that impressive, and I think Rick Glenn's actually fought maybe the better competition besides Barao. Barao's a beast. We know Barao, messed up Nover, but, he has some pretty good wins in Rick Glenn. He's beaten Johnny Case, and he's beaten some other good guys too. So it's a no bet for me to pass, but I think Rick Glenn is a little more well-rounded, and I think he's better on the feet. I do think that Nover has a good ground game, but I think Glenn's going to keep it on the feet and get a win. What about you?
Yeah, bro. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think Philip Nover is kind of old. The older toughs. To be honest, I think he's kind of on his way out. So, yeah, man, I'm going to have to go with for the win. Let's move on to the next fight. We got Ryan LaFlare versus Carneiro. So, Ryan LaFlare is 12-1. Carneiro 10. A lot more fights under his belt. But I don't know, man. I just think Ryan LaFlare has probably fought the better people. A lot of good wins under, and Ryan Cannionier, he's kind of off again on it, and he's not too real.
Did you pick LaFlare or Canero?
Yeah, LaFlare. Pay attention.
My signal is kind of lagging right now. That's why. But anyways, yeah, I got LaFlare too. I mean, he's facing a long layoff, but I don't think Carneiro's that impressive. I think he's on his way out. He's 38, I think, or 39. He's been finished 7 times. He's obviously taking a lot of damage. And I do think LaFlare is a pretty good wrestler, and he has pretty good boxing too. So I do think that LaFlare is going to get this win, but I wouldn't bet on this fight because the line's pretty crazy. But yeah, it's a pass, but I'll be picking LaFlare too. All right, so next fight we got newcomer Justin Willis versus Marcin Tybura. He's taking this fight on short notice, probably I think like a week ago. Actually, not a week ago. I'm sorry, a couple of days ago it actually got announced. But yeah, man, I got Marcin Tybura in this fight. It's a pretty easy pick. It's heavyweight, you know. I'm not gonna bet on this fight because the line's probably gonna be off. But Marcin Tybura is pretty good. He has a good ground game, heavy hands. He knocked out Pesta. And Justin Willis, I believe, is 4-1, like I just mentioned. He trains at AKA, so he trains with Daniel Cormier. But he's making his debut on short notice. You know, he hasn't fought in the best guys. So I got Tybura, probably a first-round sub. What about you?
Holy shit. Have you seen Justin Willis, though?
He's a big dude, yeah.
He's a big motherfucker, dude. He just looks fat. He looks like a big fat, like, black Roy Nelson. But I don't know, man. It's going to be hard to call. It's a coin flip. Definitely not betting on it. But who knows, man? I'm probably going to go with Marcin Tybura, but that big-ass black guy might be able to knock his ass out, dude. Not going to lie. He looks pretty scary. Haven't done much tape on him, but, I mean, who knows? He might be a live dog there, but I'm probably going to, from just glancing, I haven't done any research. I probably have to guess with Marcin Tybura because he's in the UFC, fought the better competition, probably more technical, but it's a heavyweights, and those guys look like slug it out. So anything can happen. But I'm going to go with Marcin Tybura, but don't take it seriously. Don't put money on it because I have not done any research on that fight.
All right, man. Call the next one.
And next fight, we got Ian Uncle Creepy McCall versus Jared Brooks. 12-0. He's undefeated. Ian McCall is finally getting a fight. Seems like everyone always seems to or some shit like that. But if I had to choose, I think I'm gonna say Ian McCall. I'm not really a big fan of him or his style. With Jared Brooks for the win.
Yeah, man. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think it's a very close fight. Obviously, there's a lot of red flags with McCall. I mean, he hasn't fought in a long-ass time. You know, he's recovering from a broken hand a couple of years ago. He has a lot of injuries, but he's also on his way out. I'm pretty sure he's retiring soon, but I do think he has what it takes to squeak out a pretty close decision in this fight. You know, Jared Brooks is making his debut, and I think he trains with Scoggins, and you know how big of a fan I am of Scoggins, but he leaves his neck out, dude, when he goes for takedowns, and I do think that Ian McCall could capitalize on that because Ian McCall has a nasty ground game. So Jared Brooks is pretty small, too. I mean, he's fought at 105. So, or not 105, I'm sorry, 115. So I do think that McCall's going to be the bigger dude for sure.
Wait a minute. He fought the 115 women's division?
Yeah, bro. No, he's fought at 115 though. You can check out some of his fights.
How the fuck is there a 115 division? Are they midgets or something, bro?
Yeah.
Can we? Hold on. I just want to apologize for the internet connection in California. What the fuck is going up with that? But I think it has something to do with the shitty connection. Sorry, guys. It's the best we can do.
It wasn't rainy. It wasn't rainy last podcast, and our connection was perfect. Yeah, sorry guys. We live in California, so we apologize. But anyways, yeah, man, he's fought at 115 before. You can Google it, and he is pretty small. But I do think that the size event is going to play out. So I got Ian McCall in this fight, but I would not bet on this fight at all.
He knows how to get the wins too. He steals rounds with the stupid takedowns, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with this undefeated up-and-comer.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I'm definitely staying away from it as well. But we got Nick Lentz versus Islam Makhachev. To be honest, I think Nick Lentz is going to have his hands full in this fight. I don't know what's up with these Russians, man, but they are fucking tough, bro. They got good boxing, they got good wrestling, and they focus on technique. They're very technical, very crisp. They use their very efficient with their energy, and I like it. He's coming off of a unanimous decision, but then unfortunately, the only thing about Islam is that his chin is suspect. He did get knocked out in the first round against Adriano Martins. I don't know. But hopefully he uses his grappling. You know, I think he's going to out-wrestle Nick Lentz to get the win right there. What do you think?
Yeah, man, this is a very close fight. And I mean, I want to bet Nick Lentz so bad because he's like plus 205. But, I already have 4 bets, and I might do another one. I have to wait till the props come out. But I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I'm going to bet on this fight, but I'm going to be taking Nick Lentz. I do think that it's a very close fight. And Mac and Cheese, baby could be – he's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But, there is some areas that he lacks, and I don't think that, he has the best stand-up. On the feet is really close. On the ground it's close, but I think he has some holes in his ground game. I mean, he leaves his neck out there, and he goes for takedowns, and Nick Lentz has a good guillotine. And, dude, I mean, if you've been looking on, like, Twitter and stuff, a lot of people think it's a close fight. So I'm going to have to go with Nick Lentz. I'm going to pick him. I think he's fought in, the better competition, too. He has more experience for sure. And, I mean, Nick Lentz was a top featherweight, pretty recently. So he's been in there with Hacker and Diaz. He freaking out-grappled him. You know how good of a grappler he is. So I'm going to have to go with Nick Lentz. I think he gets it done by a close split decision, but I'm going to go with Nick Lentz.
I think we should try to keep it standing because I don't think he can out-grapple Islam, little baby Khabib, because that's the full trains with Khabib. Their grappling's top-notch.
Yeah, he has good ground game, but I mean Nick Lentz does too, dude. So I think there's gonna be some good ground exchanges and some good transitions. But I'll let you guys know if I bet on this fight. But as of right now, I'm picking Lentz, but no bet. All right, so next fight we got in the flyweight division, Wilson Hayes versus
next fight. It's a pretty lopsided fight. It's me.
Wait, isn't it my turn?
It's Reis versus. Ray, huge favorite. He's coming in as one of the biggest favorites of the card, rightfully so. I mean, if you look at the pictures of them side by side on UFC.com, Sasaki looks like a fucking Asian guy that just finished taking hits a tweak and hasn't eaten for 2 weeks and is starving. Wilson Reis looks like a fucking yoked out Brazilian dude that's just ready to fucking kill to eat and hunt and shit from the woods, coming at you with the spear and has to fight to live. And he fucking plays soccer in the fucking asphalt and shit, on fucking broken bottles and shit. So you can tell Wilson Reis is just a beast. Unfortunately, I haven't done much tape, so I'm just talking shit. But definitely not going to bet on it. But just looking at these two, you can see that Reis is just he's just more athletic. He's probably gonna sub him real quick and real easy. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a pretty easy fight. A lot of people, especially in our group on Twitter, shout out to Easy Money Campaign. A lot of people are picking this fight the under 2.5 rounds. So a lot of sharp people picking that. And I agree, man. I do think that Wilson Hayes is going to get a finish in this fight. I mean, honestly, the Japanese guy can get a finish too. But I don't, I mean, I think all of his last 9 fights have been under 2.5 rounds. So it's kind of a safe bet. But I'm picking Wilson Hayes by discretion. All right, so next fight, we got Randy Brown versus Bilal Muhammad. This is my first bet of the night. I'm pretty pumped about this fight. Before I did any tape, I actually picked Bilal Muhammad. But then when I did more tape and I figured out all the red flags that Muhammad had, got to go with Randy Brown. First off, he has a pretty big – go ahead.
What are the red flags Bilal Muhammad has?
Well, let's see. There's a lot, but I'll go with the first one. The first one is that he just fought about 3 months ago and got knocked the fuck out. I mean, bad against Vicente Luque. I mean, terrible, man. There's one red flag right there. Number 2, I mean, he's probably sitting on the couch. He just took this call a week ago. I mean, who knows what kind of training he's doing. Number 3, I mean, he's a small welterweight, man. I mean, he could easily be a lightweight. I mean, Randy Brown has a huge size advantage in this fight, huge. And the fact that he's going to be fighting him in his hometown, Randy Brown's looked better, man, every fight. And Holm is good. I mean, don't get me wrong, but he's taken a lot of damage in the UFC, man, a lot. I mean, Alan Jouban, his debut, Jouban, I mean, hurt him bad, dropped him like 3 times. He impressed me, and he came back, but he still lost, you know. His second fight against Matano leg kicked him like crazy, man, those first 3 rounds, and then he TKO'd him in the last round. But Randy Brown, man, is going to if he just keeps distance, man, and does not get in a brawl with him, he's going to hurt him in this fight bad. So I think Bilal's best shot is to take him down, kind of grind on him. But we've seen that Randy Brown, you know, has a good get-up game, and he is a very good ground game too. He has a good guillotine, man. So I think Randy Brown's going to piece him up on the feet and get a finish. I do think that Randy Brown's going to piece him up, like I just said. And it's too soon for Bilal. I mean, he just got finished like 3 months ago bad. So I think he's going to get knocked down, go to the lightweight division. So my first bet is Randy Brown on 2 units with a parlay with someone we'll talk about later. What's your pick, dog?
Fuck, man. You made some fucking good points, dude. And I think I'm going to have to agree with you. The win, dude. Rude boy. Crazy reach, you know. I did like Bilal Muhammad earlier, but I did like him when he lost against Jouban. Then he had an impressive win against Augusto Montano. But you're right. He just got knocked the fuck out in first round. So he needs to take some time off. I don't know what he's doing of fighting a lion like fucking Rude Boy. I think he's going to get knocked out, man, or submitted. So it's just too, like you said, it's just way too. He needs to take some time off and let his fucking brain heal before it takes any more damage. So I don't know what you're doing, bro. You should go back. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I got Randy Brown for the win.
Yeah, he just fought at UFC 205, bro. That was freaking McGregor against Eddie Alvarez. That was pretty recent.
Yeah, and he got knocked out. It's not like it was a fight. It was just a fight. You know, he got knocked the fuck out.
In the first minute. I mean, the ground and pound was brutal. I mean, and the fact that Randy Brown only lost to one person, Michael Graves. Michael Graves is good, dude. I mean, I don't think Bilal has the wrestling that Michael Graves has or the strength, you know? Randy Brown is one of the biggest welterweights in the division by far. I mean, he has a crazy reach advantage. So, yeah, we both got Randy Brown. All right, man. Call the next fight. Hopefully you bet on him with me.
Yeah, I don't know if I bet, but yeah, it actually might be an easy bet because, dude, fuck, man, he got knocked out pretty bad. There's no way he was training that much. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
that hard, or sparring that hard in general. But
I snagged him at -125, dude. So that's good, man. I put him in the parlay with actually someone from this fight right here. So call this the first fight of the main card.
All right, the first fight of the main card. Very lopsided fight, if you ask me. We got someone that's up and coming that unfortunately just got knocked out, and we got him fighting Jim Miller. So it's Dustin Poirier. He moved up to 155, as many I know this, but ever since then he looked really good. He's always had that suspect chin though, and Michael Johnson exposed it, and he knocked him out in the first round pretty bad. But up until then, Dustin Poirier has been looking really good until between then and his loss pretty much after his loss from Conor McGregor and before his loss from Michael Johnson, he's been looking really good. But yeah, man, his chin is suspect, and he's fighting Jim Miller, who I think, in my opinion, he's on his way out. He has some decision wins, but he did come off of a KO against Takanori Gomi. So I don't know, man. This is kind of a close fight. This is, I think, a lot closer than what the odds have it. And I don't think I would want to bet it just because, like, so fucking suspect. If Jim Miller lands, it is possible he gets knocked out. Jim Miller still has some pretty heavy hands. I think power is one of the last things to go. And he could pull a fucking Ellenberger versus Matt Brown and just go swinging for the fences and get a knockout. And to be honest, I might have to pick Dustin Poirier, but I'm definitely not betting it. Those fucking odds look tempting for Dustin's chin. But I think a safe bet for this one would be is to so I would definitely not bet this bet on Dustin with the way the odds are. Maybe inside the distance if it's plus money, but I don't know, man. His chin's too suspect. I think he should get the win, but I think it's a lot closer than what the lines have it. Stick, bro.
Yeah, I don't think Jim Miller is even close to having the same power as Conor McGregor and Michael Johnson. I mean, those are Poirier's only 2 knockout losses. Both those dudes have heavy hands and they're faster than Dustin on the feet. Jim Miller has good boxing, is underrated, but he does not have power to knock out Dustin Poirier. This is probably my most confident pick on the card. 3 bets with DP. I snagged him at minus 285. I think he opened on 5 dimes at minus 185, but on Bovada he opened at 285, and I snagged him pretty fast. So I like DP a lot. This is a good comeback fight for him. I do think I can beat him everywhere in this fight. I think on the ground, I think he should just take him down and just get some ground and pound. But I think he's better than Jim Miller everywhere in this fight. I do think Jim Miller's on his way out. And DP is good, man. He's 4-1 in the lightweight division. He had a little setback against Michael Johnson. He got too cocky in there. But Michael Johnson's faster than him on the feet and has more power. So I do think this is a showcase fight. And I see Dustin Poirier getting a finish. So I got 2 units with him and Randy Brown. I got 2 units with him and Derek Brunson. And I'm going to bet at least probably 2 units in the distance. So just like I cashed Vic last week, I'm going to cash this in the distance bet. I think it's easy money. So we both got Dustin Poirier. All right, next fight. I got another bet in this fight. We got Glover Teixeira versus Jared, the Killer Gorilla Cannonier. This is a very good matchup. And, I've always been a big fan of Glover Teixeira. I think he's a good fighter. I mean, he's ranked number 3. He's fought some, great competition. He's beaten some good guys. But I'm telling you right now, man, I'm really high on this kid in Canada, and I do think that he's the real deal. And I think that he's going to be getting some good wins in this division. So he's 2-1. He's moving down from a heavyweight. And, he got knocked out against Sean Jordan. But that's Sean Jordan. He's a huge, big motherfucker, And he definitely had a huge size advantage in that fight. Then he goes out there and knocks out Sierra Askier, another big dude who's known for a good chin in like a minute. And then he fights Ian Kusalaba, who's a very green fighter, but he's good, man. He has high upside. He has a very good chin, good stand-up everywhere. And Cannionier, man, beat him, man, in a very good fight. He had a good performance. I mean, he messed him up, dude, in the second and third rounds. Showed he had a good chin. He has heavy hands in the feet, too, man. And he's hard to take down. And Glover Teixeira coming back from the dead, dude. I mean, was he in a coma, bro, for like 2 months or what? I mean, that Anthony Johnson knocked out probably took like 2 or 3 years off of his chin. And he's already getting older, too. He gets hurt, bro, in every fight. I mean, OSP messed him up. Bader messed him up. He has a good ground game. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I do think he needs to take this fight to the ground if he wants to win. So I do think he's better on the ground. I do think the Cannionier is better on the feet. I think Cannionier is more athletic. I think Cannionier is more faster. And I think Cannionier has a better chin. So I'm going to be going with the dog in this fight. I got him at plus 145. I like Cannionier a lot. And Glover Teixeira, man, I mean, I think he's just, I don't know, man. I think he's going to try to box him. I think he's going to try to take him down. I don't think he's going to fight. I don't think he's going to fight smart. I'm getting heated right now. I'm getting like really worked up in this fight.
Bro, relax. You're like drooling and like you're like huffing and puffing and shit, fidgeting.
I'm excited, man. I mean, this is one of my most confident picks of the night, dude. So I just want to see my boy perform. So I don't think Glover's going to fight smart. I don't think Glover's going to fight smart. I think he's going to try to box him on the feet, and he's going to get knocked out. So I got Jared Cannonier in this fight, and let's fucking do this. What about you?
Bro, is it true that Glover trains in his fucking garage?
I'm pretty sure he trains in his garage. I mean, I don't know who he trains with, but, I mean, he trains in his garage.
That's hard to believe for me, but you said you make some pretty good points. Just got knocked out by Johnson. After that, it's almost like a hit like by Johnson because that fool puts people out. But I don't know, man. To be honest, I think Glover is better overall fighter. I think his boxing is even better in my opinion. It's kind of hard to tell. It's around the same. Cannonier did make some huge improvements when he fought Kutalaba. I didn't think he was going to do that good in my opinion. So who knows? He might I might underestimate him one more time, but I definitely do think Glover is the more well-rounded fighter, more tools in the trade. I think even if he starts getting, even if like Cannionier starts like finding his rhythm, I think Glover's really good at ducking a punch and getting a double leg, or he's good at switching levels and changing it up. I think he's gonna find a way to get it on the mat. He's going to find a way to get it. I doubt Cannonier even has a guard. He's probably gonna go side control right away.
He's a purple belt, bro. He has a good ground game. Obviously, he doesn't have a better ground game than Teixeira, but he has a pretty underrated ground game.
Purple belt is legit. So that's. But I haven't seen it. So
yeah, we haven't seen his ground game really. I mean, he got taken down a couple times, but he got right back up. He trained in Alaska. I think he's trained at MMA Lab in the past, but he has trained in Alaska, so we don't know how good his training camp is. But you said some good points. Obviously, it's a hard fight. I mean, Glover Teixeira is a good fighter.
Hey, bro, are you going to let me finish or what?
No, I'm never going to let you finish. Yeah, I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say, man. You lost my train of thought.
Well, you interrupted me like 2 fights ago, bro, so I'm giving you a little payback.
But dude, you were going to go for a while. Anyway, I think that, but the step up is way too much for him right now. I think Glover is going to find a way to take it to the mat. He's going to find a way to pass his guard. You say he's a purple belt, so he probably has some type of guard. At least he knows what to do on the back. But we'll see what happens when Glover takes it there. It's completely different when you have someone punching in the face, You get punched in the face, a purple belt turns into a blue belt. You get punched in the face again, your blue belt turns into a white belt. At least that's what I've heard. But, I'm just talking shit. But anyway, we'll see what happens when you're in an MMA fight. It's a lot different than when you have a gi on. I know if I were to get punched in the face, I would probably – jiu-jitsu, my technique would probably go out the door. So, but anyway – we'll see what happens. I think Glover's going to take him down, and I think he's going to get a ground and pound to get a submission. But what were you going to say? He trains in Alaska? Cannonier trains in Alaska?
Trains in Alaska. He's also
That's not good. That's not good.
He's like an air traffic controller on the side, so he has a job too. But how is he going to take him down? How is he going to take him down?
Single leg, double leg.
Have you seen his hips? Dude, he has big-ass legs, bro. I don't think he's going to get a takedown in this fight.
That's true. Good point, man. He's a pretty fucking beast. He's very good. He looks pretty good at 205, but Glover's a black belt. They're fine. Maybe he might get a trip. He might trip him in the clinch or something. But I think Glover is good enough to mix it up and take him down when he's not expecting it. They're going to be striking, and Glover's going to shoot for a takedown.
Yeah, if he doesn't shoot for a takedown, he's going to sweep, and he's probably going to retire. So that's just my opinion.
That's very possible too. I'm not like that knockout from Johnson is freaking, and Johnson hits like no one else.
Yeah, and it's not just the knockout. I mean, he's so old in his career, and the fact that he's taken. I mean, he's like, if he took this knockout like 5 years ago, I wouldn't be talking so much smack. But the fact that he's already almost on his way out. He's like 38 years old, and he took this knockout. This knockout, dude, took like 2 or 3 years off. That's like 42 years old. So I do think that knockout, man, did a lot of damage to him. I mean, he's already had a lot of damage before, OSP, Bader. So, but I mean,
how his age, you're right. His age is concerning as well. But I'm gonna have to go with the technique for this time. Black belt, he's gonna take him down. I think he's gonna use his ground advantage. He's not dumb. That's also why I like Glover. It's like he uses his advantages. He doesn't try to. I don't think he really is gonna get lets his ego get in the way. I don't think he's gonna try to outstrike him.
He fought stupid last fight though. I mean, I don't know what that was, man. He tried to fight Anthony Johnson in the pocket and got knocked out cold. So.
Dude, that's different. Okay.
He pressured him. Why would you pressure Anthony Johnson? Dude,
Johnson just needs one punch, and you're going to sleep, though. I don't think you can compare Johnson with Cannonier.
You can't. Obviously, you can't. Anthony Johnson's the best fighter in the division besides DC. But I think Cannonier has heavy hands just like Anthony Johnson does. And I think he's also athletic like Anthony Johnson. So I think he's going to connect with that chin, bro, and put him out. So may the best man win.
Cannonier's a big dude. But I think Glover's going to take him down and get the sub. We'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens. All right, dude. Call the next fight. We got 3 left.
All right, next fight is Jacare Souza, the Gator, versus Tim Boetsch. I'm going to have to go with Souza, man. It's kind of a clear-cut decision, clear-cut pick. Fucking Souza with the – I think he's going to get a sub. Boetsch has some heavy hands. You know, anything can happen. I think this is a very risky fight for Jacare Souza, to be honest. Kind of off, if you ask me, just because he's just way too much of a favorite. And I think I don't know. I think Boetsch is kind of getting a little underrated in this fight, to be honest, because I mean he's got some pretty impressive wins too, I think. And it only takes a couple hits from that guy, and he can put you to sleep as well. He does have a pretty good chin, though. I think he's running through people. Just lost a split. He lost a split decision against Yoel, but that got turned down because Yoel's cheater, got popping pets. But yeah, man, I think Souza's the real deal. He's probably one of the top guys, I think, in the division. He's probably the best, one of the best, I think. He was supposed to fight Luke Rockhold. I'm kind of upset that didn't happen. That's almost like a championship fight right there. But I really hope Souza gets the win so he can either fight Bisping or Romero. I'd rather have him beat Bisping or Romero for him. I'm a fan of Souza, man, to be honest. He was a beast in jiu-jitsu, and he's a beast in MMA. He's just so aggressive out there. I think he's not even going to fuck around, man. I think he's just going to go in there and get the takedown. Or what do you think?
Yeah, it's an easy pick, dude. I got Souza in this fight all day. I think he beat Romero actually in the first fight. I think it was a split, and I think he got robbed. I mean, he took some heavy shots in that fight. He has a good chin. He's been knocked out, twice in the past. That was a long time ago. I mean, he's a very tough dude. Very good ground game, good on the feet. I do think he needs to fight smart and not have his hands down because Tim Boetsch has some heavy hands. But I think it's a pretty easy win for Souza. I think Souza just, like you said, take him down and get a sub. So I see a first-round sub coming. The sub prop should be good, but I wouldn't be surprised if he knocked him out either because Boetsch, although he's a tough dude, he's been knocked out quite a few times. So I got Souza. All right, in the co-main event, I already know we're both going against each other in this fight. I got another bet right here. We got Derek Brunson versus Anderson Silva. I like this fight a lot. I actually picked Robert Whittaker last fight against Brunson, and I won a lot of money. Derek Brunson, I hope he fights smart, but all I'm saying is that I know he left Jackson's and all that, but yeah, man, he leaves his head out there, man, when he hits, and obviously it's not good. But I'm gonna recognize that he fixed that with this camp, and I've read in interviews that he's gonna fight smarter now and all this. So hopefully he doesn't go out there and try to knock out Anderson Silva because I do think he can get knocked out. I do think he can knock out Anderson Silva though too, but I do think he needs to go out there and just wrestle him because Anderson Silva's on his way out. I don't think he hasn't won since 2012. I think against Stephan Bonner, and I think he's getting too older, man. I mean, you don't know how he is. Where's his chin at and all this, and obviously.
Wait, what did you say? He hasn't won? Are you saying Anderson Silva hasn't won in when?
2012, bro. Google it right now.
He beat Nick Diaz.
He got overturned. No contest, bro.
Oh shit. Whatever. What about when he? Okay, whatever. All right, I don't want to look it up right now, but that seems like a long time ago, I guess.
He's not the Anderson Silva he used to be, bro. I mean, Anderson Silva was one of the best fighters of all time, but I do think he's on his way out. And Brunson has pretty good power, man. I mean, Brunson's been knocking out everybody, bro, besides Whittaker, but he needs to go out there, man, and just stick to the wrestling game plan. If he takes him down, bro, he's going to win this fight. So I think he's going to fight smart, take down Anderson Silva at will, and get a ground pound finish. I do not want him out there striking Anderson Silva. He could finish him on the feet, but it's smarter if he goes out there and wrestle fucks Anderson Silva because when Silva fought DC, I mean, I know DC is the best wrestler in the UFC probably, but I mean, he could not stuff those takedowns, bro. And I do think that Brunson's one of the best wrestlers out there. If Brunson fights smart and wrestles Anderson Silva, Silva cannot defend those takedowns. So I got Brunson in this fight. I got him in a parlay with Dustin Poirier. And I hope he fights smart. It's a risk because, he did not fight smart against Whitaker, and he got knocked the fuck out. And he hasn't, he just fought 2 months ago and all this. But I read in his interviews that he's going to, stick to the wrestling game plan. Hopefully he doesn't go out there and fight dumb, but I'm going to go with Brunson. What about you?
So I'm going to have to go with Spider Silva, man. I like the dog money there. I think he's and to be honest, fuck Brunson, man. He screwed me over, and he's not really technical. He wins because he's bum rush people. And I think Silva has very good takedown defense. He did have some hard time against Chael Sonnen, but before he broke his arm, before he got knocked out by Chris Weidman and broke his leg, he's fucking untouchable. And he started looking a little bit better against Michael Bisping. You could still tell he was hesitant with the Nick Diaz fight, but somehow he got the decision. Judge probably just favored him. To be honest, it was kind of a joke of a fight in general, even though I love the Diaz brothers. I don't know, man. I just think Silva, I don't know why, but I'm hoping DC wasn't taking it easy on him. I don't think DC was taking it easy on him because he's a true competitor. And, I think that it was a good fight. He gave him a tough time, and he was definitely going to finish him. But Silva was able to make it to the decision. I still think he's very technical, and I think technique's gonna. Again, you can tell what happens when solid technique meets Brunson. The technique hitting the chin somehow, and I think Anderson Silva is a very good counter striker. He is getting old, like you said, but his technique is there. His strength is still there. His power, I think, is a little bit underrated. He finishes people. He hurt DC with the body kick, and I don't know, man. I think he's gonna hurt. He's gonna hurt Brunson, and Brunson's gonna get desperate, man. I don't like the way Brunson gets when he's adversity. He acts wild, and he gets desperate, and he gets dumb. So that's not someone I want to get behind because he does very well when things are going his way, but you saw what happened when he gets clipped, man. He gets desperate. He throws technique out the window, man. I've never seen him like that bad before. Like Whitaker put a number on him, and if you want to know how to beat Brunson, you just watch that fucking fight again. I don't know. I just think Anderson Silva is going to counterpunch him and knock him out. Brunson's chin is suspect. I like you said earlier about who was it that I don't know. I don't think Brunson's taking enough time off, to be honest. When I heard that he's having a fight again, I was kind of shocked because that knockout against Whitaker was pretty bad. So
Muhammad fighting 2 months ago.
Yeah, Bilal. So yeah, man. When was Whitaker fight? I felt like it was around that time too.
It was, yeah, it was.
So yeah, man. I just feel like it's way too short notice. Like you said, it's a red flag in my opinion, especially when you're fighting a counter striker like Anderson Silva. Where does Brunson train at?
I believe he trains in I think North Carolina, but he's been training with Randy Brown for the past couple of weeks, and Brown has a very good reach, just like Anderson Silva. So I think that's only going to help him.
Wasn't he training in the garage too, or something like that?
I think so.
He had his own gym, then he started gym and just trained there.
He left Jackson, so obviously I don't like that. But
training with a bunch of white belts or something. What kind of gym does he have? I hope it's not a fucking striking gym. I hope it's not a fucking striking gym because he what is it? It's probably a wrestling gym.
Who knows, man? I mean,
so maybe he might work on his wrestling because I really hope he's not teaching people how to strike.
Brunson has power in his hands. He really does. He just needs to fight smart if he tries to box.
But you can't teach people power. I don't understand.
He does have power, though, man.
I know he has power, but why is he opening up a gym? I don't get it.
Who knows? I think he went back. I think he went back to North Carolina to be with his kids or something like that. But I can see both dudes knocking out each other, to be honest. But a clear
Yeah,
path
I
of
think
victory,
so.
a clear path of victory is Brunson taking this fight to the ground and just grinding on him and getting a finish on the ground, ground pound.
Watch Silva might get a sub with that, man. He's got a good try.
When
I
was
don't
the
know how
last?
he's.
When was the last time you got a sub against Sonnen? That's Sonnen, bro. Sonnen freaking is a terrible at freaking defending subs. Just watch Tito Ortiz fight.
That's true. But he got triangled, man, and that's there. He knows how to triangle.
He blew that fight. But anyways, you're betting on Anderson Silva, right?
Yep.
Good luck. I got Brunson in a parlay with DP. So good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
All right,
too.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, man. All right, man. Call the next fight, and then we can talk about our bets.
So next fight, we got the main event of the evening, and I think it's going to be one of the only 145 fights for the women division. It's Holly Holm versus Randamie. To be honest, this division is kind of a joke. I think it got put together because of Cyborg, and then Cyborg fucking turned down like 3 fights in a row because she was taking steroids. She wouldn't pass any. They put up together this fucking fight with Holly Holm versus Randamie. And to be honest, this is a good card. I'm excited for all these fights, but it could easily have been a fucking fight night, and no one would have told. And like it would have been the same thing. Holly Holm is the champion. You know, she has a recent tape against Valentina Shevchenko. She was looking a bit hesitant, but Valentina's a very great counter striker, and to me, she's a future champion. So it's kind of hard to judge that fight. If you look at her fight against Ronda Rousey or Miesha Tate, she picked apart Ronda Rousey, and she was picking apart Miesha Tate until she got taken down and choked out. Shit happens. But I think Holly Holm, and you look at tape for Jermaine Durandamy, and yeah, she looks like a fucking beast. But then you look at the people she's fighting, and they're all fucking scrubs. You know what I mean? Like, tell you much. It's very easy to go and like knock someone out that gets knocked out all the fucking time. You know what I mean? So I think they're just kind of building this fight up. Joe Rogan's very good at hyping the fight. Jermaine Durandamy does have a pretty impressive kickboxing. What is it? Is she kickboxer or Muay Thai? Which one was it?
I think she was a kickboxer, yeah.
She was a kickboxer. She was like undefeated or something like that, but this is not a kickboxing fight. This is MMA. We'll see what happens when Holly. I hope Holly threatens a takedown. That'd be very smart of her. I mean, she trains at a very good. School, you know, so they're very well-rounded fighters there. A lot of good grapplers there. So I'm hoping that she's learning a few tricks so she can mix it up. And if she decides to mix it up, I think it's an easy win for her. I'll go with Jermaine Durandamy fought a bunch of scrubs. Holly Holm has fought the best, and she has looked good. So I'm going to go with Holly Holm.
Yeah, man. Holmes fought better competition for sure. I do think she's more all-rounded as well. I don't think Randamie has a good ground game at all, to be honest. I mean, Julie Kedzie was, taking her down. Julie Kedzie is nobody. So Holm has been in 5-round fights. She's been there before. I don't think Randamie has. And all of her wins in the UFC, I think they're combined 0-6. They're all jabronis. They all work at Burger King probably right now. Scrubs, and just like you said, dude, Holmes fought in way better competition. I do think that Holm could pick her apart, but I want to see Holm take her down because I do think that that's a clear path to victory. Holm taking her down, and I couldn't ignore the fact that I got Holm at plus money. I mean, dude, I really thought the Holm would have been a big favorite. I thought she would have been like a minus 200, but the fact that she was a dog, dude, I mean, we had to jump on that, So we both got Holm in this fight. I don't know if she finishes this fight, but yeah, I'm picking Holm. And I see her picking her apart. Hopefully she takes her to the ground, but we'll see what happens. But we got Holm. All right, so before we go, we'll talk about our bets. I got 2 units on Holm straight. I got 2 units on DP with Brunson. I got 2 units with DP and Randy Brown. And I'm going to be doing Dustin Poirier in the distance. I have to wait till Saturday till the Brock pets come out. And then my last bet, I believe, is... Who am I missing? I know I'm missing someone right now.
I don't know, bro.
Hold on, I gotta look at my phone.
All right, well then I'll go with my bets for
wait.
now.
Cannionier, my bad. Cannionier. Okay, go ahead.
You got a straight bet on Cannonier, right?
Yeah, plus 145, 2 units.
There we go, son. I got I got 2 units on Holly Holm straight, and then I got 2 units on the Spider straight. And then I also got a 0.5 unit parlay on both of them because I'm feeling lucky. And I might make another prop bet, the under for the and Dustin Poirier fight looks kind of tempting. I don't see that fight going the distance. But so far it's just mainly those 2 straight bets and that small parlay, just to make it a little bit more interesting. It's a gamble bet. It's not. I need to stop doing that. It's fucking I like to gamble though.
Yeah, man. I already have 4 bets, and I don't want to play more than 4 bets, but I've been doing really good this year in inside the distance. I'm 4-0, man. So in my inside the distance bets, so I really want to keep on doing that, man. Every card. I mean, I hit Masvidal in the distance, Shevchenko, Vic, and also Yair. So I want to do this to every card from here on out. We'll see. I know it's not the smartest approach, but I want to keep on doing it until I lose. So I'm probably gonna do GP in the distance. Quick shout out to Easy Money Campaign. You guys know who you are. We got Ma in there. I can't pronounce your full name. I'm sorry. We got Half the Battle, Dan. We got Will, and we got a Z. So we got some other dudes in there too. But thanks for that group, man. We talk about UFC every fucking day, and it's a good group. Any shout outs?
Shout out to UFC bet. Shout out to UFC betting sharks. Shout out to your mom, and that's it, man. It's the usuals.
Bro, you said that same joke last week. I mean, I don't know, man. Are you like hanging out with like kids recently or what?
Hey, man, I gotta keep it going. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, man. Let's hope we catch this card. It's a good card, and we'll be back next week. And let us know in the
tuning in, guys.
Let us know in the comments below who your picks are. Later, guys.